Adias.
We've got a tremendous show here on Texas Championship Wrestling, and our main event features the champion, the World Federation champion, Al Perez, against the Angel of Death. We had an opportunity to visit with Al on the street the other day, and this is what he said he was going to do with the Angel.
You know, Angel of Death, I train every match the same. When I get my hands on you, you are one tough and big opponent. But when I get my hands on you, brother, I'm going to show you why I'm a champion, why I'm defending that world title against you, because you're only an opponent. I am the man you have to beat. So come and try to beat me, baby, because I don't think you can.
And now, for our first event this evening on Texas Championship Wrestling, let's go to the ring and Adam Beach.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's first match of the evening, from Fort Worth, Texas, the man with the plan, Mr. Brian Adias. And meeting Brian in the ring this evening, from Louisville, Kentucky, Sweet Daddy Falcone. Tonight's referee will be Ernest Wilkerson.
Ernest Wilkerson, our official in this match between Brian Adias, he of the Texas area, and Sweet Daddy Falcone, who has dressed for the occasion. Brian Adias ready to go in this bout, and Brian, you well know, who has a great reputation in this area as one of the top young wrestlers. He is from Denton and attended the University of Texas Arlington. Now, Sweet Daddy Falcone trying to create a little interest in himself, but right now we want to move and watch Brian Adias as he maneuvers around the ring. Brian is a longtime friend of the Von Erichs. In fact, they went to the same wrestling school, the wrestling school of Fritz Von Erich. So Brian is well versed as he pump handles on Sweet Daddy. In fact, Sweet Daddy's had a football adventure or two with that big knee brace on his left knee. Nice move by Sweet Daddy on that arm drop. And Brian Adias finds out this is not going to be just a routine match. And with us is Brian Adias, Sweet Daddy Falcone, and my partner, Don Batiste. And I've got the best deal here.
Well, thank you.
You know, I've always been amazed, Don, at the, and since you're here, and I guess maybe it's time to talk a little fashion about Sweet Daddy's hair fashion. Tell me about that.
Well, personally, I don't know how long it took him to do that, but I'm sure it took many hours. And I don't know about the pink and the white beads, though.
Well, I think that goes along with the trunks, but right now it's Brian Adias on a count. Ernest Wilkerson and Adias with that drop across the throat. But that does take some time to prepare, just about probably longer than it took your hair to prepare.
Yeah, he has almost as much hair as I do.
All right, Brian Adias, side mirror move. Nice takedown by Adias. Ernest Wilkerson. It looks like a sociology professor as he checks the condition of Sweet Daddy. Sweet Daddy. And Brian Adias opening up on this edition of Texas Championship Wrestling, and we've got some dandies on this one. Don, you have not probably been around when one-man gang invaded a territory, but you're going to see him here in our next bout, and that man takes up most of the ring.
I've heard things about him. I've heard he's a huge man.
He is huge, he's tough, he is a formidable opponent, and so is Adias. As Sweet Daddy's finding out, that kick to the midsection, kind of a donkey kick, a little off to the side there. Slipped it in, shot in the neck, and Adias is in charge of this one. There's another one of those little side kicks in the red basket.
Sweet Daddy's skin's turning the same color as his trunks, bright pink.
Yeah, his head is about, what is that, fluorescent pink?
Oh, I'd call it definitely a hot pink.
A hot pink. The count of 2 on the choke. Brian Adias being warned by Ernest Wilkerson, the referee. Ernest Another choke on the ropes. Got 3 minutes gone in this bout. Rolling along here as Adias rips down the back.
What do you think about that, Mercer?
Thank you, Brian. I'll answer him next time I get a chance to talk to him personally, Don.
Okay.
You see, Brian looks like the guy next door, but he acts like he's been kicked out of the guy's house next door, you know, sometimes.
Well, Brian seems to be doing a job here.
He is doing a job, and he knows how to. He kind of knows how, like a boxer, to go to the body and then go to the head. The good boxers always say, go to the body and the head will follow.
I wonder if they learned that from Prince von Erich.
They run that in long years of combat. And right now, nice chin lock by Brian Adias. Rolls it in. I told her that, Brian. I told her that. You got to watch Brian. He may come in handshaking and kick you right in the midsection.
Look at him gnawing on his tongue there.
That's an old...
Things flying at you?
I think that's some of the little rollers on Sweet Daddy's hair have come flying off. Right it is for that reverse chinlock. Brian talked about times that he would go hunting up around Lake Dallas and in Denton. And all sorts of bows and arrows and hatchets and various things. Kind of a real outdoors type. Nice knee to the midsection of Sweet Daddy Falcone.
Uh-oh, he lost one of his braids.
And
Big
that's
Daddy
going to
lost
be
a
used
braid.
as sort of a Sydney choke, as we see right there. You've heard of the Thunderdome, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome's coming up. We'll talk about that as we go along. Thunderdome is exciting. Count of 2. Ryan Adias working.
That'll be an unforgettable event.
It will indeed, and it has a lot of great, exciting potential for wrestling fans everywhere. As Brian keeps working on Sweet Daddy Falcone. Adias chopping on the back. You know, if he could ever get loose, it looks like Falcone has enough size to present a presence for Brian Adias.
I was just wondering how much more.
And there he goes with a shot to the head. And another one. And maybe now he has Brian a little groggy. On the back of the head opens it up. A bang right there. And Adias now is groggy and reeling.
Well, it seems what you were talking about has happened. Big Daddy has come back.
It is his change of momentum. In every sporting event, there's a change of momentum.
That's right.
And maybe Falcone has brought it around to his side now. He had the opening with a shot to the head. And Brian on top of the body. 1, 2. Oh, Falcone missed that one. He got a chance to win it. Going back again. 1, 2 and a kick out.
Falcone seems to be a rather large man. Do you know how much more he weighs than Brian?
Not, it's deceptive. He's not much more.
Oh, really?
Now he's about 20 pounds.
It looks like a lot more.
I tell you, the next bout, when you talk about somebody weighing more, the gang weighs more than everybody here.
How much does the gang weigh?
It's about 450.
A large man.
Yeah, over Terry Garvin, who has a new style tonight. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I'll make you my style chief.
All right.
Adias caught up now with a chin lock. Nice move right there, but see how Falcone held the hold, didn't release it. And that's really good work. Falcone with a reverse chin lock. Gary Hart's going to visit us this evening. We're going to do some discussion of various things. Gary Hart, matchmaker. And still, Sweet Daddy holds that chin lock on Brian. Now he looks like he's lost it. No, he's still got it. Really nice work.
Oh.
Nice move.
That was a nice move. Now both men are doubled over.
Adias recovering. Got a bad scratch on his back.
I wonder where he got that one from. Outside the ring, probably.
Probably came outside the ring. 2 bad scratches on his back. But down with a chokehold underneath. You see the reactions That leg flopping reaction on the other opponent, that indicates a choke. It's sort of a giveaway.
Yeah.
Nice fly drop kick by Adias. Well done. 1, 2, 3, and the foot on the top rope. Foot on the top rope. And now Ernest Wilkerson sees it. He waves it off. Ernest looked over to us and then looked to the group. Now he's going to try it again. 1, 2, and a nice flail out by Sweet Daddy Falcone.
It's the second attempt to get away. Putting everything he has and getting out of that.
A nice roll up here. This may do it. Brian Adias. 1, 2, no. And Adias wants to make it a little harder. Slaps a shot. Another shot. Toe to toe. Down goes Falcone. Here comes Adias on a stand now on the throat. Ernest holding class on the appropriate style to use there, and that's not it. But that's a good one. He dropped in the neck. Coming back up now. 1, 2, and again Falcone, who shows us his staying ability, Dawn.
He doesn't want to give up. That's obvious.
That's tough when you're that hurt. Time is up. Yeah, time is up. Time, yeah. The time has just come by. The referee looking up and indicated that their time was up. And so we have a time limit draw.
Look at Falcone. He's all twisted up.
So we have a time limit draw. Brian Adias and Sweet Daddy Falcone. We're going to go down to Dawn back in the dressing room, and she'll be interviewing the Angel of Death.
Angel, we've heard from Perez tonight about your match with him. What do you think about it?
Well, you're looking pretty good tonight there, Toots. Well, let me tell you what I think about it. You're looking at a man who's recently deposed. Deposed of a championship he held for 10 months. Now, tonight, I've got a chance to get a belt back around my waist. And believe me, Al Perez, all the respect in the world I have for you isn't going to stop me from doing what I have to do. I'm going to start off wrestling. I'm going to wrestle you with everything I have. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you like you've never been fought before, because I want that belt. And if I start losing in a fight, then I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use every dirty trick I've ever learned. And that's going to work. One of the three will work. When it's all over, the Angel will have a belt around his waist again.
Sunday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. The place, the Metroplex Arena, 7 p.m. The main event is a tag team match between the Simpsons, Sean and Steve, versus the Wild and Wacky Davidsons. Iceman King Carson versus the California Stud, with a winner to meet Perez. The Angel versus Terry Garvin, plus 2 other matches. Wear something green and get in for half price of general admission. Texas Championship Wrestling, Sunday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
March 22nd, Thunderdome. Be there. Thunderdome, March 22nd, in a steel cage. March 22nd, Thunderdome, steel cage. No way out. Can you dig it?
March 22nd, in the Thunderdome. March the 22nd, inside a steel cage. There's no escape. It's Thunderdome and Terry Garvin.
Rodney D. Young presents Famous Quotes.
E equals MC squared. Yeah, that's it. I like it.
And now, another famous quote.
Rodney D. Young. No, sir, you don't need a down payment. Your coverage can start with your first premium. How does that sound?
Not bad, relatively speaking.
Call 943-7303 today for the Rodney D. Young office nearest you.
Think young, Rodney D. Young.
It takes desire and dedication to break out of the mold of an average body. General Nutrition Centers can help you break the mold. With Phase 1, the complete bodybuilding system designed specifically for the beginner and intermediate athlete. If you're serious about bodybuilding, start with Cybergenics Phase 1. GNC, the authority in sports nutrition products.
Come on, do it. Catch the hottest line to hit Texas. Call 976-CLUB, the talk line singles call to meet other happening people. Call now for your direct line to the party scene. Meet a friend, someone special, or just call to have fun. So come on, what are you waiting for? Do it now. Join the fun times. Call 976-CLUB. That's 976-2582 now. $3 per call, presented by Infophone Incorporated.
If you've been abducted by space aliens, who can you talk to? Your best friend? When people need to talk, they turn to Sally.
Actually, the Tritonites are a peaceful race, despite their reptilian appearance.
Sally Jesse Raphael, the talk show host who listens.
Weeknights.
You'll sweat no more after you pick up the phone and call Rodney D. Young. Do it now.
Just call! We visited with Kevin Von Erich in his kitchen at his home, and he discussed with us the importance of the Texas Heavyweight Championship and what it means to be a Von Erich.
When I first came into Texas Championship Wrestling, I came because I know how to do wrestling one way. That's 110% the way my dad taught me. You know the feeling when you step in the ring and you've got a place packed to the rafters with your friends. Some people could call it a hometown advantage, a home field advantage. But I look at it like this. I'm in that ring and I'm giving it everything I got. There is that element of danger. You could get hurt. I mean, you can look at my eye. You can see these stitches over my eye that the angel gave me the other night that tried to get into my claw hand. Maybe you can see that. But it's a rough sport. Anytime I step into the ring, I know I'm taking a chance because I could get hurt too. But let me tell you what, anytime someone steps in the ring with me, he knows he's going to have to deal with this sooner or later. And, you know, I'm not the kind of guy that wants to get out on TV and shoot my mouth up about how tough I am and all that stuff. But a lot of people have been hurt with the Iron Claw. And these guys know they're stepping into maybe a dangerous position too. But that's what it's all about. And I work hard for that. Not because it's a title, not because it's a chunk of gold. I don't wear gold. Look at my fingers, look at my neck. I don't. But it means to me, Texas. Come back, give me a shot, and I'm going to make you wear some stitches home. See how you like that?
You know, golf is a game of concentration. It may look like an easy day on the golf links, but in order to really score high and to be a champion in golf, you have to pay attention to that little white ball in front of you. And for Al Perez, concentration is an important factor in being a champion. We caught up with Al on the golf course, and he told us why he likes to play golf in preparation for a championship match.
You start playing golf and the concentration of making that little round ball inside that little cup is so great. Everything in the past, as far as business-wise, is completely out of my mind. It takes so much concentration to make that putt, to make those drives straight, to make everything perfect, to play the game of golf. I shoot in the 70s, high 70s, 75, 78, something like that. He's on a steady basis. Says golf is one relaxing sport. Let me get back out here to my foursome out here and finish up the game. Yeah, that's the name of the game, and that's what makes a winner and number one.
Our next event, a monstrous of a man, the one-man gang coming in, and he's going to meet kind of a revitalized Terry Garvin. But let's go up to the ring, and here is Adam Beach. And there is the one-man gang. As,
ladies and gentlemen, from Louisville, Kentucky, Terry Garvin! And meeting him for the second match of the evening, from the windy city of Chicago, the one-man gang! This match will be 1 fall, 15 minutes. Your referee, John Ernesto.
And we're ready to go with our second bout, and the one-man gang against Terry Garvin. And sitting in with me is matchmaker Gary Hart. And one thing I wanted Gary to come in was because we've had a long association with the gang here, Gary Hart. All sorts of interesting battles, conflicts, some association.
Bill, he was one of the wrestlers that I managed for quite some time, and he had tremendous success with the world class, and then he went into the WWF, and he became Akeem. He had an adopted name of Keem, but no matter what you call him, Akeem or the one-man gang, he's 475 pounds of trouble.
He is indeed an awesome figure. And, you know, you have to give a guy like Terry Garvin a lot of credit for just agreeing to that kind of bout. I don't know how you do it, but Garvin is a little guy who'll take on anybody.
Well, I tell you this, I've approached Terry Garvin on some matches that a lot of times I thought he would say no. I went to him and approached him with wrestling Abdullah the Butcher, somebody that outweighed him over 200 pounds.
He did that well.
The kid's got a lot of fight. He knows that if you're going to be something in professional wrestling, that you got to beat the big, heavy numbers. And a one-man gang, they don't come in bigger or better. He's 475 pounds. He's fast, but the most important thing, Bill, he knows how to wrestle.
And look at Garvin working here, knowing that he's got to do like Billy Conn did against Joe Louis. You got to keep using all the ring or you got to get hurt.
That's right. If the one-man gang gets him in the corner, it's really going to eliminate a lot of the aerial moves that Terry Garvin would use to combat the size and strength of the one-man gang.
I think people who would see this just on size alone would not realize what an experienced and really outstanding competitor Garvin is, and he knows how to use everything. He does that well.
Well, you wouldn't call Garvin, he's not a light heavyweight, he's not a super heavyweight. The man weighs about 225 pounds. As you can see, he's in great condition, and he's going to have to be moving.
Right there. Now there's
that would have been it.
An outstanding conditioned athlete makes the move.
Yeah, if you move too quick, you're in trouble, or if you move too late, you're in trouble. That's tiny.
One of the things that we're really excited about in this Texas Championship Wrestling is this Thunderdome that you're telling us about. I know a little about it, but I think it's going to be an episode that will bring a new era to professional wrestling, from what I hear.
I believe, Bill, it's probably the most dynamic match. Look at that, would you? Now, you see, there's a man that's 475 pounds. You might not think he's strong, but the one-man gang is not only strong, he's big, and the man has got condition. And condition is one of the things that's going to count in the Thunderdome, because you're going to go in there, and there's going to be 10 men all fighting to pin you or make you submit.
Oh. You wouldn't think a guy as big as the gang would have to resort to popping somebody in the eye like that, would you? But he did.
Well, he's a mean guy. You see?
Well, he is a mean guy, yeah.
He don't mind. He wants you to remember that he'll do anything to you. And he wants Terry Garvin to know that he ain't going to give him an inch. He's going to come at him with everything he has. Listen to him. He don't play.
play games, yeah.
He don't play. He's from my hometown, Chicago. Grew up on my street. And he's as bad as they make in Chicago. And Halstead Street, they got some pretty mean suckers.
Halstead ranks there with streets of despair and competition.
Listen to the reaction of this crowd. You know, when the crowd gets behind somebody like they have Terry Garvin, it really makes a difference. And Garvin told me, he said, when he's down and he hears these people hollering and cheering for him, Bill, it really does something for you. For many years, you know, they booed me. I don't know, maybe that did something for me too. I don't know.
Being booed will bring another part of you out.
Yeah, it does. But look at this now. The one-man
full bear hug.
The one-man gang realized that Garvin was working on that arm. He set his attack against the arm. Apparently, it didn't do the job he wanted, because the one-man gang has him in a bear hug. Just took 475 pounds in that corner.
Into the chest, into the midsection. That takes the breath right out of you. And there it goes again. You know, there's really not much you can attack on a guy like one-man gang. You take his arm, but his arm's the size of a side of beef. Well, so what do you do with it?
In the beginning, Garvin was wrestling to him. He was going at him with different holds and maneuvers and working on that arm. And now he's tried to get into a fight with the one-man gang, and you can't fight this guy because you're going to lose. You can wrestle him and hope for the best. But how are you going to fight somebody 400?
You can't really do it. It's just impossible. Garvin, by the way, has a kind of a new appearance
Yes, he does. He got a haircut, and he looks a lot better.
He's got that young American style right now. Said he was looking in the fashion magazines to put himself in the right step. Yeah.
Well, if I don't
right
know,
now his fashion is in trouble.
I hear that the one-man gang, he's into fashion too. Remember, we went down to pick the one-man gang up in a limousine, and we wanted to take him downtown to eat, and he stayed in the neighborhood.
Wouldn't do that. Said he thought he'd just rather eat in the surroundings.
Yeah. Terry Garvin's really got this crowd on his side, but I tell you, when you're fighting a one-man gang, it's going to take more than the people to back you. I mean, it helps, but...
Well, everybody likes an underdog, and certainly Garvin is in that category right now and stays involved in this match.
Look at the one-man gang. He's going back to what's working for him. He's working on those ribs, and it looks to me that the tide has turned in this fight for sure. I don't want to sell Terry Garvin short. I don't want to tell you it's over, but from my experience, he's getting the worst end of this.
We're 6 minutes into this match right now, and that bear hug holds. By the way, coming up, a man that you have and I have great respect for, Al Perez, the World Federation champion. And I know you know him so much better as an outstanding athlete, as an outstanding person. And he's coming up in this bout against the Angel of Death.
Angel of Death, that should be an extremely good match. It's for the World Federation title. The Angel is big and he's strong and he's very quick. He's similar to the one-man gang. He uses his weight against you. But Perez is strong, and Perez isn't a little guy. He weighs about 240 pounds, 6'2". Look at this Garvin fight.
Garvin is a scrapper. He certainly is.
He's got all the heart in the world. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Look at the big man now.
Oh, great move by Garvin.
That's what he's got to do if he wants to beat him. That's what he's got to do.
Set him up, set him up. Good left
quick
hook.
And clever, quick and clever.
Left hook, another left hook. And coming in with a right hand and a clubbing.
He needs to take him down. Go for his legs. Get him off his feet.
Really doing great. Garvin and the cameraman all running together up there. Garvin really piling away. You have to be on Garvin's side because the guy has really shown us his athletic ability, his wrestling. Oh, my goodness.
Good night. Good night.
That might have done it. 1, 2, 3, and the one-man gang with one big kick.
Tried to reach the ropes with the foot. He made an effort to get it on the rope, but he just couldn't do it.
7:52. And there's the winner, the one-man gang. Well, Gary, we're going to see your man Al Perez here shortly. I look forward to that one.
Why don't we get the one-man gang here?
Come on. As soon as the gang comes around here, talk about him because he wants to be involved. Get my headset off. Well, one-man gang.
What do you want, Bill?
I want to know about the bout you want to have with Al Perez.
Hey, I ain't worried about Al Perez. I ain't worried about anybody. I'm here to make a name for myself. And I'm not here for nothing. One thing, you know what it's for. It's for the Thunderdome. And don't you and them people out there ever forget it. Mercer.
Thank you, one-man gang.
And don't touch me.
All right. All right, and we'll be right back. Take you on the next adventure on Texas Championship Wrestling. The champion, Al Perez. Al Perez, the World Federation champion. And now, let's go to our big main event as we introduce the World Federation champion, Al Perez. Here is...
Ladies and gentlemen, for the World Federation heavyweight title, the main event. Wearing all black from Death Valley, the Angel of Death. Real quick, this is one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Your referee is Bobby Turner. A special announcement by the California Stud.
An announcement for all you fans here. As you know, I am one of the up-and-coming best young wrestlers at the risk today that wrestling knows. And I'd just like to issue a challenge to whoever wins. The only way that I'm going to get on top is by challenging the veterans. So I would like to challenge the winner of this match. It's the only way I can get on top. Thank you.
That's an interesting statement. As California Stud comes in, and I guess as a young wrestler, you have to do challenge this situation. Oh, well, that's not the way to do it.
Attack from
So
behind.
that makes kind of an impression, I think, on the champion as the Stud comes up and bashes the champion on the back. Huh. I don't know about that, Dawn.
I don't either. That's a risky thing to do to Al Perez.
Well, one thing it does, it puts Perez in jeopardy now against the Angel of Death. This match is ready to go.
That's right.
Ring the bell, and we're off and running. So the Angel of Death has an opportunity here.
Al's already shook up.
And if the California Stud wanted a match with the champion, he might have wanted to set it up with Angel. Well, that is certainly a unwise and ungentlemanly way to enter into a contest. And Perez, who is a great champion.
Here I thought the Stud was doing something nice and respectable, and then he jumps Perez from behind.
Angel of Death put on about 25 or 30 pounds in the last few weeks, maybe setting up for this match. As he told you, he wanted a shot at the championship. A backbreaker right there, and Perez is in all sorts of trouble.
The Angel seemed very confident in the dressing room.
A count of 2, and to Perez's credit, he got out of there. And wandering around ringside is the Angel's mentor. And Al Perez. That's kind of like giving up half the football field before you're ready to start playing the game. And here comes the Angel, but Perez makes a great move.
Definitely an unfair advantage for the Angel. Be interested seeing the outcome of this match.
Now, I would wonder, as we watch Perez come fighting back. Look at that kick. Oh, tremendous recovery by Al Perez.
That was a nice kick.
Well, we talk about size. We talk about one-man gang in size, Angel of Death in size. Perez has one thing, it is a beautifully, superbly conditioned body. It's muscles, and that gives him that advantage as over guys who just put weight on, just size on, just bulk on.
Right. He definitely has a muscularly toned body.
Angel of Death taking a whack across the eyes and a hard smash by Al Perez with the right hand. So Perez put into an awkward position by the California Stud has come roaring back. I wonder, in Gary Hart's eyes, or the matchmaker, of course, how that would play in the California Stud wanting a bout with, let's say, that Perez wins this. Let's say he does defend his championship. I wonder what Gary's going to take into account about that with the Stud.
Well, I think Gary would find it to be a very interesting, very well-matched match between Perez and the Stud.
Of course, we still have to see if Angel's going to overcome the odds here as he uses the middle rope for pressure.
Even if Angel does win, there'll still be a great match between Angel and Stud.
It would. It would indeed. Angel, 6'7.5", about 325 pounds. I guess it takes a 17-size shoe to carry a body around that. That's what he has.
I wouldn't doubt that at all.
A nice reverse on these legs in the back by the Angel of Death, using that rope again. So Al Perez, still in trouble, has recovered somewhat from the opening attack by California Stud, but still has not achieved everything he would like to have in this bout.
It makes you wonder if he's going to get his concentration back after that assault from Stud.
We're going to talk about this one. Here comes the Angel.
Oh, no.
Right in the back. Oh, that's That's going to put Perez in deep, deep trouble. You can see the anguish on his face. He is in trouble. Now, 1, 2, and not 3. Oh, that was close.
That was really close.
That's about 2 inches from the end of the championship. And Turner just about breaking it. Bobby Turner breaking his hand down on the mat. Up and in, a bear hug by the Angel of Death. Perez in trouble again. Next week, we got one-man gang, Al Perez, Wild and Wacky Davidson brothers, and Billy Joe Travis, Terry Garvin. All these coming up.
Each of those men has his own style and is a great showmanship here in the ring.
Angel of Death continuing his pursuit of this championship is Al Perez. And then Farouk over there.
I wish we had an interpreter to find out what Farouk was saying over there.
I think it's the full moon that came about this week. Here's Perez. Oh, what a shot by the Angels. Perez stepped right into that left. And the Angel of Death in charge.
Which one of these veterans has been around longer? Has it been Perez? Al Perez?
Yeah, I think so. Angel's a veteran, of course, but Perez has a few bouts and a few months on him. Perez getting anger now, and a nice kick. He's picking up the tempo. He says, the heck with this.
He's heading up.
I got to go to work, and he's going to work. Blasting, rolling, fighting, smashing. It's Perez on the attack.
It's obvious the last thing Perez wants to do is give up his title.
A sleep hole. That could do it. Perez working on a sleep hole on the Angel of Death. This would be putting death to sleep. I guess that's ironic, but that's the way it would happen. The Angel caught up in Perez sleep hole. Remember again, the California stud issuing a challenge to the winner of this bout. He wants a shot at the championship. And now into the rope.
Oh, and the Angel is in the ropes over here.
They both come in the ropes. Now has to break that hole, but now he's standing on the back of the neck of the Angel. Bobby Turner breaking it. They got Perez. Reverse chinlock. Really nicely done. Perez exploding after taking a lot of punishment from the Angel. And he wants to move himself back into the position of a champion and show his championship quality. And he is doing that. So Al has to break that up. The Angel is still in trouble. And Perez is coming back. Nice reverse. On a shoulder stand, too, and rolled off. The Angel.
That's a really good move for Al.
Nice recovery by the Angel of Death. Perez with a drop across the chest. And the Angel evidently taunting him, continues to talk to him. That, hey, you may be a champion, you may be tough. A lot of talking going on, a lot of taunting. Great move right there over the back of Perez. The Angel looked like he was down and out, Don, but he came fighting back.
You never count the Angel out. That's one thing for sure.
The Angel standing on the head of Perez, and this bout has turned into an even Steven account. Right now, it's anybody.
The Angel's like the Grim Reaper himself. You never know when he's coming or when he's going to come back after you.
All right, there's a 1 and a 2, and the right shoulder up. We've got 8 minutes in this bout. It's a 30-minute time limit, so we've got plenty of time to go. And the shoulder up again, and Perez fighting his way out from under that body press. As the Angel tries to pin him. And Perez with sweeping lefts and rights opens it up right here on his contender for the championship. World Federation champion, Al Perez.
Well, you notice how the momentum's been switching back and forth through this match? There hasn't been one person who's had momentum.
Tremendous move right there. That was a flying arm. Step over toe hold inside. Oh, that's That's one that'll get your attention in a hurry.
It's a tough one on the knees.
Twisting and twisting till that cartilage goes in the knees. And Al Perez with a drop on the inside. And the Angel. Perspiration just broke out on that bald head of his.
Makes it glow.
Sweeping drop by Al Perez.
Handful of hair.
Well, he can put the count on. Perez is still with that toe hold. And right now, this bout is all even up. Perez has recovered. Considerably recovered.
A blow to the hamstrings. That's got to hurt.
That drop in on the knee again by Perez. And the Angel is not able to recover at the moment. Now he's coming around with kind of a body scissors to see what he can do with this. Right on the forehead. Angel of Death. Recovering. Coming back down. Has Al Perez in trouble. A great seesaw battle, as you pointed out.
Exactly. The momentum switches, and you never know who's going to take control next.
Whoa! Oh. Over the back.
Did you feel
now, if he can add to this, he might put him away. A diving headbutt right in the jaw and the head of Perez. And even hurt the Angel. 1, 2, and not quite 3. And I didn't think he'd come out of that.
I didn't either. That's the quickness of Al Perez. He moves very quickly.
We got to do a pile driver here.
Oh!
Right on there.
That could be it.
Well, he is indeed in trouble now, I count. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's
foot on the rope.
Leg over the bottom rope.
That's right.
That protected him. A very slow move by Perez. He's shaken. These series of blows by Angel have really put him in jeopardy. This is the reverse chinlock, not a sleep hold.
Ali Farouk just took the trumpet, the bugle.
I didn't know he could play it.
I didn't either. I hope he's not planning anything illegal.
It kind of worries you that he has it in his hand because it can also be a weapon as well as a musical instrument.
Exactly.
The way I played it, it was a weapon.
It's a weapon to the ears.
Angel of Death. Hanging in there tough with a reverse chinlock on Al Perez. We mentioned the Thunderdome. The one-man gang mentioned the Thunderdome. Remember the Thunderdome. And watch for it.
Look out, here comes Ali.
It's another era in professional wrestling. Oh, Perez, great move. Underneath again. Perez has him in trouble. A nice roll-up, a shoulder stand.
Oh, no.
And the referee's over talking to Farouk. 1. Oh, that time, you don't have that much time. Perez had the match right there, and Bobby Turner's worrying about Farouk. So Perez has to start that series over again. And here comes Farouk up. Got him set up. And now another nice roll-up by Perez. Another great roll-up. Turner's over the corner. And he missed that one.
Bobby. Farouk is
well,
great.
He's got Farouk. Farouk is a diversionary tactic.
That's right. Farouk's
and he's done that well. Another chance. Look out right here. 1, 2, and not 3. Angel rolled out of that one. So the tempo to the climax. 12 minutes gone in this bout. Up and in. Try to get another roll up. See if this happens. It looks good this time. The shoulder reversed. And there goes Turner. Oh, is he blasted? He is really blasted.
And Bobby's down too. The ref is out also.
And Al Perez has missed 2 chances. And now he says, hey, that's enough of you. The trumpet. And there's the weapon. And here's the chance to put him away. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Turner didn't realize the problem.
There's that weapon I was talking about.
We'll see about this. We'll see about this. We'll be back and check this one out right after this. bring you up to date on this match as Angel of Death holds the championship aloft. But here comes Ernesto out. And there is a discussion here now. And the discussion goes on. And there goes the belt.
They took the belt away from Angel.
They're taking it away. And Al Perez said, that's mine, I got it. And he's going to clear the ring with everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen.
John Ernesto's right here. John.
Mr. Mercer, Gary Hart and I was watching the monitor in the back, and we saw Ali Farouk hand the trumpet in, saw Al Madrill hit with the trumpet, and the title is not going to change hands in a situation like that.
All right, good, John. Thank you very much. Very appropriately. We saw that...
Ladies and gentlemen, Al Perez remains the World Federation Heavyweight Champion.
So there it is. Don, there are good things that can happen in this world, and that's one of them.
We're going to take a short intermission.
All right, we'll be right back. Tell you a little bit more right after this. Championship Wrestling, and we hope you'll join us again next week when Al Perez goes into the ring against that mountain of a man, the one-man gang. It's a great test for Al Perez, the champion. It's a non-title bout, but it's interesting because the California stud has put a good deal of pressure on him, and we'll see how Al works under the pressure of that and the one-man gang. Also, you're going to enjoy the wild and wacky Davidson brothers. They're going to be in a tag team match, so be sure to be with that. And, of course, we have mentioned, and we want you to keep in mind, the Thunderdome match coming up. That's the one with the cage, the cover on top, the closed locked door, and 10 wrestlers in the ring. We'll tell you more about that on Texas Championship Wrestling. Remember again, next week, the main event, Al Perez and the one-man gang. I'm Bill Mercer. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week.